The showcase of the best players in the NFL is coming up as we celebrate the latest edition of the Pro Bowl. The stars of the AFC and NFC are ready to shine. Next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Get ready to settle in for an entertaining 4 quarters. The AFC-NFC Pro Bowl underway from Las Vegas. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The AFC heading out. A lot of stars to choose from over in that conference, but their starter at quarterback, it's Lamar Jackson.
I know he's not showing it on the outside, but inside, he's got to be celebrating because think about all the quarterbacking we saw in the AFC this year. 5 or 6 guys could have earned this honor. He got the nod, a real feather in his cap.
They'll start out here with the option left. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Jackson going to run again. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long, there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Tucker's kick is good. And the AFC on the board first. It's 3-0.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through this time in the Pro Bowl.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And no doubt about it, it was a banner year for quarterbacks in the NFC. A number of guys could very well have been selected for this. But I thought he stood out. I thought he found a way to separate himself from the pack. And he's been rewarded as the starting quarterback in the Pro Bowl. Definitely the right choice in my book.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9, Brady. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Brady now on first down.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down. Play action. Now it's Brady.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So now the AFC offense here coming back out for their second drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. After the interception, here's Jackson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
The AFC punt team out there now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Brady. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down.
Yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the AFC will have it 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Back out is the AFC offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The AFC with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
There he goes, right side. The 20. Touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 70 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson. And really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Brady going to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And Brady has it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you use your body to create some space.
Now Brady's throw there, incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. Open man is got it. It's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A gain of 22.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first half. So this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a draw play to McCaffrey.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
10 more there and another first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Into the red zone, it's Brady.
Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And he will score. Touchdown NFC. Chase Claypool. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the NFC has now cut it to within 1 score.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The AFC offense making their way back out.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw taken in by Diggs.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
And it's scooped up by the NFC.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To the right side, this is Taylor.
That one good for 12 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Well, Jonathan Taylor, like most guys from Wisconsin, he's not one to shy away from contact. He proved it right there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Off the option, here's Taylor.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
It's a gain of 2.
Well, he hasn't made much much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the option to give to Taylor here. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Jackson. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And Jackson throwing once more. This will be caught at about the 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Brady now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Aaron Siposs now. taken in at the 22. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we have hit halftime of the Pro Bowl with the AFC leading the NFC. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And it's been the running game that's pushed them to this halftime lead. Over 100 yards as a team in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, on the other side, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And the half will begin with a touchback. The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts, because he definitely needs some assistance.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Dances by him. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They'll drop it off to McCaffrey. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
On second down, McCaffrey. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
It's a gain of 3.
To throw is Brady.
And 10.
That's to Thomas, who makes a nice catch. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Here's Brady to throw. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's now second and 6 at the
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. To throw, it's Brady. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will knot us up at 10. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The AFC offense now heading out for their first drive of the second half. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
Now Jackson. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. The quick feet by Jackson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the AFC has taken the lead. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his second touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here now the NFC to take over on offense. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Brady going to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me, and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
And he'll work down inside the 45. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. To throw is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Jackson going to hold on to it again.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
He's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll go option to the short side. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Now Jackson going to run.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
3 quarters in the books.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal?
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Cameron Jordan able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The NFC about ready to set up shop offensively.
And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now, and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
First target, first catch at a first down. And quickly they get to the line. They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeForest Buckner coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Staying on his man, pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thomas. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The NFC's decision to go for it does not pan out, and the AFC is... And they'll run the option to start the drive. 20! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
The AFC thus far on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over the sideline, there's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it, field goal time.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And that's complete to Shepard. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Back to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll look to throw again.
Back to Kamara for another catch. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Little out route here, complete to Shepard.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Back to throw again. Gonna throw deep for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And the AFC is going to cover this up, and that should do it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And it's off the left upright. Oh my goodness, heartache. It's no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6. So this defense gets an assist from the goalpost, and as a result, it's going to keep them within 1 score.
Yeah, that looked to be good the whole way. But that is a big break here in the 4th quarter of a football game. Now your offense needs to find a way to capitalize.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to let it fly. He's got him in, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory.
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.